Yeah, look what I just found in my pocket. That means it's going to be a good day working on the RV and an even better day at Waffle House. Woo! Hey everybody, David aka RVJedeye, and today it's all about the backsplash. Now I have two backsplashes I'm going to put up, one here in the bathroom and in the front in the kitchen area. Now I'm not going to show you the kitchen area one yet because I want that to be a surprise during the reveal, but it's basically going to be the same process. With the back one here in the bathroom, I'm going to be using peel and stick tile because it's a little bit lighter, easier to put up, and in the front going to do the same. In particular, I'm using Tic Tac Tiles. I'll put a link down in the show notes here. Tic Tac Tiles, self-adhesive 3D wall tiles. It should be very easy to put up on the wall, and after doing the cabinets and the flooring, an easy project is well deserved, I think. So I'm going to start by working on the border that is here. I'm going to try and remove that. I'm going to actually peel off a little bit and see how that goes first. I don't want to damage the walls because I'm not painting the walls. The walls are in good shape, but I do want to get that border out of the way. If I can't get the border out of the way, then I'll just go ahead and put the peel and stick tiles right on over it and leave the border for the latter part of the bathroom. It's really not that ugly, but if I can take it all off, I'd like to. So let's get started. I've got my tiles, I've got my knives and scissors. Yeah, let's do this. So as I mentioned, I'm going to try and take off this border. As you can see, it just goes around the entire bathroom area. Again, not that hideous, but I'd like to remove it if at all possible. To do so, I'm going to start with some steam. I pulled up just a little piece here, but I'm going to take the steamer, steam off the glue, and see if I can just rip up and pull the entire little border here. Alright, so I've got some steam going. I'm just going to put it on here. You can see, let's see if I can pull. Looks like it's coming off, which is nice because, as I said, I don't want the border. So this, just so you know, is just a regular garment steamer. I got it online for about 19 bucks. I'll put the link down here, and I'm just applying it to the glue, and it seems to be working as I'm pulling it all off, and it's not damaging the wall. You know, I went online and looked at a lot of different sites. I also went into Facebook, asked a couple of questions in some DIY groups to try and find the best method to take off the border, and the steam seemed to be the one that a lot of people talked about. I had a steamer, it worked, it was easy to pull everything off, and it didn't damage the wall, which was key because I wasn't repainting the walls, I just needed to get the border off. As you can see here, most of the border came off in big chunks, which was good, and it didn't damage the wall behind it. There was some residual glue left, which left the wall tacky, which actually worked out okay because the peel and stick was going up. It was going to adhere to that maybe just a little bit easier, but the steam, without a doubt, was the best way to go. So if you have to do it, use the steam method. When these big chunks started to come off, oh, buddy, it was like Christmas in July. I loved seeing it all come off. So not bad. The borders came up in pretty even chunks. I'm going to just touch up some areas here, dry it off, wipe down some of the residual glue, and then it's going to be on to putting up the tiles. It's been about 20 minutes since I finished the walls. Everything seems to be pretty dry. There's still a little tackiness from the residual glue, but I think it'll work to my advantage when I put up the peel and stick tiles. Again, using Tic Tac Tiles. I don't have a lot of color going onto the walls. Everything is pretty much a black and white motif throughout the RV, so this kind of ocean blue will give a little pop of color in the bathroom, and I think it'll fit quite nicely here. So let's go ahead and start putting it up. The first thing I did was dry fit the tiles to make sure I had enough to get around the entire backsplash, and then I went back and just simply started to peel and stick. It was that simple. Now, you don't have to worry about if you lay the tiles down and need to move them. You have a couple of minutes before they adhere for good. So, you know, move them, get them set, get them right where you want them. Now, in the corner here, I didn't have a full sheet that was going to go. So what I used was some of the backing from the peel and stick. I used that as a template, marked it out, and then took it to the back of my tile, ripped off this tile because this, of course, was one of the dry fits, flipped it over, marked it off, and then just used some simple scissors to cut it and get it ready. One of the advantages of working with a peel and stick tile, you don't need a lot of fancy equipment to manipulate it. Basically, some scissors, a knife, you know, a pencil, something to mark your lines with, and it was really easy to work with, which was key because, one, you don't want heavy tile in your RV because that weighs down things. It could also crack when it's moving, but here, you see, just some big scissors, cut it, got everything set to go, and then it was just like everything else. You just peel and stick, and then I got it right into the nooks and crannies of the corner, and it was a perfect fit. And then I just went back and used more of the peel and stick and started to work around the entire backsplash area. Simple and easy. Honestly, you know, one of the most difficult parts about this whole thing was trying to figure out what kind of tile I wanted to use for my backsplash. There are thousands of different choices out there for you to use. I went with the ocean blue because I wanted a little bit of color, but this was one of the easier projects that I've had on the RV, and one you could do very easy on your own. It was really a methodical process to get everything laid out. I did pull up the outlet so that I could put the tile behind it, and then just screwed the outlet back in, and it had a nice tight fit, and it looked really good. Well, there it is, the final piece of the backsplash. It went in pretty easily. I'm excited to kind of fine tune it. Probably gonna put some caulk on the bottom, just because, you know, obviously water hits here, but for the most part I really like how this backsplash has turned out. Adds just the right amount of color for this bathroom. I ordered 10 tiles to do this whole project, and it turned out I needed every single one of them. I have one or two little pieces left, but for the most part, everything worked out perfectly. Tic Tac Tiles, I'll add them onto this information underneath. Check them out. You can go ahead and pick them up on the Amazon. I'll have a direct link to it. Thanks for watching this episode. Hey folks, we're getting close, almost done with everything. Few little projects, and then the final tour. So to follow me on social media, just look for RVJedeye, and then of course you can always check out my website and blog at rver.traveler.com. Lots of information there, some previous videos, all of the renovation series, and when I get back out on the road, a lot more coming there as well. Thanks for watching. Get out there in an RV, and if you're renovating your RV, go out and have fun. It's all part of the journey.